Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Snowbeck. Today we are going to do a quick review of lessons 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3 to help you get ready for a quiz. So what I'm going to have you do is pause the video on each slide, try the problems, and then after you've tried the problem, unpause the video to see if you get it right. So go ahead and pause the video and try parts A and B. So, can you make a triangle with side lengths 13, 17, and 29? What you do is you take the two smaller sides and add them together, and 13 plus 17 equals 30. They have to be greater than the third number. 30 is greater than 29, so yes, you can make a triangle. Part B, classify the triangle as right, acute, or obtuse. For this part, you need to do Pythagorean Theorem. You're going to do 13 squared plus 17 squared, and you're going to see how does that compare to 29 squared. 13 squared is 169, 17 squared is 289, and 29 squared is 841. When you add 169 plus 289, you get 458. Well, they're definitely not equal to each other. The c squared, because if you think about this was your a squared plus b squared, this is your c squared. The c squared was bigger, so you will have an obtuse triangle. Please pause the video and try to label the sides of these special right triangles with their proportional lengths. So in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, you have two angles that are the same, so you will have two sides that are the same. So if this is a 1, this side will also be a 1. And then the hypotenuse would be whatever that is times root 2. So they have a proportion or a ratio of 1 to 1 to root 2. On the 30, 60, 90 triangle, whatever the shortest side is, I call that 1. The hypotenuse will be twice as much, so 2. And the longer leg would be root 3 times as much as the shorter leg. So please pause the video and try to solve for x. So the sides, two legs here have tick marks on them, so they are going to be the same length. And if you have two sides that are the same length, you're going to have two angles that are the same length. And in this case, if you have a 90-degree corner, that means these both have to be 45 because the three corners have to add up to 180. So we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And when you have a 45, 45, 90, and you're given the hypotenuse over here is 81, you're going to work backwards to find the leg, and you're going to take 81 and you're going to divide by root 2. You're getting shorter, so you're dividing. So you're going to not leave that root 2 on the bottom of a fraction. It's not okay to do that. So you get 81 root 2 over root 4, but the square root of 4 is just 2. 81 is not divisible by 2, so you could leave it like this, or you could change it to 40.5 root 2. That's also okay. As a decimal, 81 divided by square root 2 is 57.28. 57.28 is also an okay answer. So please pause the video and try this one. This is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. This corner down here would have to be 60. And if you don't know the short leg, find that first. Remember, the short leg is always opposite of the 30-degree angle. So to work backwards from long leg, this would be our long leg, this would be our hypotenuse. To work backwards from long leg to short leg, you're going to divide. Can you think about what you divide by? If you're thinking root 3, you're correct. So we're going to take 9 root 3 and divide by root 3. These cancel out, and we get the short leg is 9. So down here is 9. Once you know the short leg, the hypotenuse is twice as much. So to get y, we're going to take 2 times 9, which is 18. So y is 18. Please pause the video and try this one. So find the geometric mean between 54 and 8. You're going to set up a cross multiply problem, a proportion. So you go 54 over x equals x over 8, and you cross multiply. You're going to multiply those and those. So x times x is x squared. 54 times 8 is 432. And then we want to solve for x, so we take the square root. The square root of x squared is plain old x. And if we take the square root of 432, it is 20.78 approximately. Please pause the video and try to solve for x and y. So 10 will be the geometric mean between 14 and x. And so when I set this one up, I'm going to start by going 14 over 10 equals 10 over x. The 10 is the one you have to use twice, and it has to be kitty corner from itself. Cross multiply, you get 14x equals 100. Divide by 14, and x equals 7.14. Once you know x is 7.14, now you can find y. And so what you're going to do is you're going to use, I'll outline it in green over here. You're going to use this green triangle, and you're going to do the Pythagorean Theorem. So I would do 10 squared plus 7.14 squared equals y squared. So we have 100 plus 51.02 equals y squared, and that's 151.02 equals y squared, and then we take the square root. And I got y equals 12.29. Please pause the video and try this one. So again, you're going to use geometric mean. The root 12 gets used twice because that is the altitude. That's the one you use twice. So x over root 12 equals root 12 over x plus 4. Cross multiply. So you're going to have x times x plus 4 equals root 12 times root 12. So I'm going to distribute here. So I'll get x squared plus 4x. And then over here I get root 144, which the square root of 144 is just regular 12. Now I see a term with an x squared, so that makes me think I want to get a 0 on one side. And I'm going to have x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0. Now I'm going to factor. There's no number in front of that x squared, so I think I can factor pretty easily. I have to think of two things that multiply to be negative 12, but add to be 4. I'm thinking about 6 and 2, and I think I'm going to put the negative by the 2, because 6 times negative 2 add to be 4, or excuse me, 6 times negative 2 multiply to be negative 12, but they also add to be 4. So I make my two empty parentheses, and in the front of each I put an x, and then in one I put a positive 6, and in one I put a negative 2. Now remember, my factors are actually the opposites of those, so my final answers are x equals negative 6 and x equals positive 2. Do they both make sense? The answer is no. The negative will not make sense because you cannot have a negative length. And so really, I just get x equals 2. So that wraps up our review video. Will you now try practice review 6.1 to 6.3? And our next class period, we will have the quiz on 6.1 to 6.3. Don't forget to bring a calculator. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Have a great day.